Welcome, everybody, to Mullins Over Music Podcast, episode 57. This time it's with my friend Summer Scott. She is an awesome vocalist, awesome writer, and we just talk about so much stuff. We talk about her new song, Stuck, the new music she has coming out. You know the drill. Check it out.
To start with an intro.
Yeah. Welcome,
Perfect.
everybody, to the Mullins Over Music Podcast. I am your host, Austin, at least until the robots take over. And I'm here with a special guest. I'm going to let them introduce themselves to you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Summer Scott. I'm a singer-songwriter from Boston, Massachusetts, and Southern Florida. So happy to be here, and I'm so glad we're getting to connect.
Yeah. Well, we tried to do this once, but Verizon was not letting us do our thing, so we're going to fix that.
Yep.
uh so let's start off with my favorite question, and that is the fun fact question. Give me a fun fact about yourself.
Musically or just personally?
Um If you got one for both, I'll take
Sure.
that.
I guess my fun fact, I mentioned that I'm from Boston and from Florida. So I guess my fun fact would be that growing up, I had my twin brother and I would rotate between Massachusetts and Florida every 6 months till we were about 13. So I'm rooted in both places. Both places feel like home, and I can never stay put in one for too long without going to see the other. So I guess that is kind of a different childhood than others. And musically, I've been writing since I was, I want to say 10 or 11 years old. And I've done every kind of music you can imagine under the umbrella of being an artist. So, yeah, those are my fun facts.
Those are great fun facts. Well,
Oh,
of course, our next question is the fun question because why not throw in something completely ridiculous?
okay.
I like ooh, this is actually an interesting one. What is the first job you wanted as a kid? What did you want to be when you grew up?
I feel like this one's kind of obvious, but I've always wanted to be an artist. I guess you could say pop star was something that I wanted to be when I was younger, from, pretending to put on performances for my stuffed animals in my room to getting a speaker that was plugged into the wall and I'd go in the backyard and do a show for all of my neighbors who were in the surrounding homes that just had to listen to it, whether they liked it or not, from the woods. So yeah, I've always wanted to be an artist.
I like it. I like it. Well, I've got another fun question for you, and then we'll move into some music questions. Ooh, there's so many good ones that I feel like I never picked the right one. Ooh, what is what fictional character do you most relate to?
Ooh, most fictional character. I watch a lot of TV, I will say, especially when I was in high school. I was huge on binging One Tree Hill, The Vampire Diaries, Friends, New Girl, How I Met Your Mother, all those shows. Um, but right now, the one that kind of, I guess, comes to the top of my mind, it's the only reason I say this, I saw like a meme on Instagram or maybe it was TikTok where they were talking about this character from, I think it's called Gina and Georgie, or Georgia and Ginny, Georgia
Ginny
and
and
Ginny.
Georgia. Yeah.
Yes, yes. The character Max in the last season was feeling really misunderstood, and I just feel like right, maybe not right now in my life, but I think I've had moments in my life where I felt when I was watching that, like, oh, I felt like that once in my life where her friends maybe just weren't understanding where she was coming from, and they said her feelings are a lot sometimes. And I just feel like as a songwriter, sometimes you do feel that way because you're writing emotion and you're describing emotion and different experiences. And I feel like sometimes people may not understand that unless you put it into the music. And I think her character also was, she's an actress. She loves to do school plays and stuff. And I think that kind of correlates with maybe people who have creative minds or love to use art as an outlet for their feelings. I think I related to that character's moment in the past season. And I just thought of it maybe the other day when I saw a meme about it. So that's what comes to the top of my mind at the moment.
That's a good choice. Max is a good
Yeah.
character in that show.
Yeah, for
Uh,
sure.
okay. Let's move on to some music questions. I like this one. I like to think of it as a superhero origin story of your own. Take
Okay.
me back to how you first got into music, where
Okay.
you started, writing music, creating music. Basically, bring me from that point, your first point of music reference,
Hmm.
all the way to where you are now.
I feel like I could write a book on this topic. I would say, so I started singing, performing, all that stuff at 4 years old. So it's really been my whole life. I grew up in a home where my mom loved to play music. My grandmother loved music, and my great aunt, she actually was on Broadway. So, and my great uncle, he played piano. So I feel like we do have a lot of music in our house, with also there's a lot of athletes in my family as well. So it was kind of either or. Um, and so I started when I was 4, and my mom said that she'd play the radio in the car for my brother and I, and I would always be singing the words. And she was like, "You were so little, I didn't know that you knew the words." So she put me in a little music group in Massachusetts, northern Massachusetts, called Tiny Toons, and it was a bunch of little children, and it was once a week after school, and at the end of the semester, if you want to call it that, we'd have a performance. And it would be at one of the local high schools. They'd rent out the theater and they'd put on the show. And everybody we do a group song, and then everybody could do a solo song. And I had to be 4, 5, 6 years old. And the way I dealt with my stage fright was I'd play with my dress with my hands. So my hands would be tight to my body, and I'd play with the bottom of the dress while I'd sing. And I performed, I don't remember what song it was. It probably was a Hannah Montana song or a Miley Cyrus song. Um, I think it was The Climb, maybe. And I sang it.
Okay.
And yeah. And I know I did that for my first grade talent show, The Climb, but it might have, I forget for Tiny Toons, but I guess I sang and they were like, "Oh, she sings." So that's kind of where it started. Then I
Okay.
did that for years. Then I went into elementary school doing that. And then when I was in 5th grade, I think it was the summer going into 5th grade or 6th grade,
Okay.
that's when I started writing. So I started doing stage performance workshops in Boston. I did vocal lessons in Boston. And then it got to a point where my mom was driving me into the city of Boston 3 days a week to work in this one studio. And I did like a group project that was like me and 10 other kids from around the country. We did this whole thing. And then they were like, "Let's start writing." So then I did my first EP. I did 3 cover songs from 3 different genres to show that I did musical theater, country, and it was like a Celine Dion ballad. And then I did 3 songs that I had wrote myself as a 5th grader. I do not recommend maybe listening to those, since I was maybe
Why not?
12 years old. They're out there on the internet. The digital footprint is there, but I did
I'm gonna
write
go
those
look
in
for
5th
them now.
grade. Oh my goodness. It's the topics are exactly what a 5th grader would think about.
Yeah.
So but yeah, so that's where the writing started, was right before middle school slash in middle school. And
Okay.
then when I was in high school, did high school in Florida. I did stuff with the rock band, with the jazz band. I did honors choir, so I did that kind of music as well. I did jazz, Berkeley jazz programs in the summer. So I've done every kind of music under the sun, anything revolving around singing. And then, yeah, I went to college, and that's when my writing started to pick up. I was an English major, minor in creative writing. So, yeah, I put out, I think, 3 or 4 songs in the summers during my college years. And I was writing so much during the year and in the semesters, and, working on writing novels and stuff, where my writing, I think, really matured and really came about. And, you know, that's sort of where it came to light. And then I graduated 2 years ago and just been pursuing my music more. And I have more time now to write and more flexibility. So that's kind of been my journey. I'm definitely missing some things out. My musical resume is pretty, it's like 5 pages long.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's kind of my journey.
Okay. I
Yeah.
like that. That man, you covered it all.
Yeah.
You almost answered like three other questions.
Sorry,
No,
I
you're
can go.
good. I Hey, it makes it less work for me. So
Thank
let's talk about how you write music. Take me from where an idea pops in your head
Mhm.
out onto a track and out to the world. Take me through the entire process. Leave no
Okay.
stone unturned.
Okay. So it's it's I kind of have an interesting process because each song that is current, I think I have about 7 originals as an adult, 7 originals out in the past couple of years. And they all kind of came about differently. So, usually an idea can come this is kind of funny. So my best ideas come from when I'm half asleep. They're usually one
I
in the
feel
morning, I'm tossing and turning, and my mind is going a million miles per hour, and a line, a phrase, a moment, something pops into my head. I reach over, grab my phone, type it in my notes app, and go to bed. And I may do that 5 times in one night. So that's sort of where the ideas start. Then there are times if I'm on a plane, or so I like to romanticize life sometimes. So if I'm like on a plane, if I'm sitting in a coffee shop with my laptop and I have my like song journal and I just write a billion things. And then when it's time to go into the studio, I'm like, here's a book of 25 ideas. Let's grab all these lines together and I'm going to start building sort of like, okay, what is this? I love this one line. Let's see if I can shape something around it. And it just sort of builds itself. There are other times where I could hear something that's going on, you know, from a third party, or watch some show that could inspire like an idea or a feeling, or sometimes I can even pull moments from my own personal life. And it could come to me like that. There was one time I came from a party and I stormed into my room and grabbed my song journal like it was Regina George's burn book, and it was like, oh, like the idea just, I had this idea and this feeling, and it wasn't like I want to write a song about it. It's more my internal feelings of like how I get my emotions maybe more defined, maybe to understand what I'm going through, or what someone else is going through, that I have to I have to like write it down and journal about it. And then it kind of flows into this, it's like a poem. So those are the writing aspects of how these things come to me. And there was also times where it's just like, all right, I need to bump out another song. Like I want this thing. Sometimes this track can come before. It's like I have, I guess I've been told I have synesthesia. So I hear sound, I like hear colors.
okay.
So if a song, yeah. So like a song, if I resonate with it, I'm seeing purple, I'm seeing blue, I'm seeing maybe like black mixed with that, kind of those deeper, cooler colors to me. I resonate with red sometimes. If the song is, not that I don't like colors that are like yellow and orange, but
Of
to
course.
me sometimes I don't relate to those kinds of songs. But I could
Yeah.
come in and say, okay, yeah, like my song Too Far, that song was called Purple till the day before it was published. To me, that song was purple. That was the color that I saw with it. So we would built the track, and I came in and I might have like one melody hook that could just be like, the one that I had for that song was like, and I just sang it into the mic and we just put it on a loop, and that's how it built. And then I put the words around it. So sometimes the track idea can come first to evoke an emotion or a feeling or a topic. So yeah, that's kind of my process for beginning it. Then once it starts flowing, like it all kind of just comes together. I usually have the verses first. My
Okay.
verses are always written first. Those come to me easily, or because you know, the chorus is the most important part of the song melodically. That is the part that captures people in. That's what hooks people into the song. And so I think sometimes there's a lot of pressure building and writing a chorus where at least the melody for me can be difficult with the chorus without the lyrics. So for me, the verses are the heavyweight important words I want to say, maybe laying the groundwork. And the chorus, I try to make it a little bit more lighter, a little bit more fun, a little bit more catchy is what I'm trying to go for. So
Yeah.
those are usually the second to last, if not the last thing I do. So I will do the verses and maybe the bridge and then the chorus, or I'll go back and forth between the bridge and the chorus, um, whether what's going on. Like my last song on the floor, the chorus was the last thing written. The verses I wrote in 5 minutes while I was waiting for my car oil to be changed in a Starbucks.
Feel
So
that.
those guys, so really just kind of it really those to me are more easy poems, writing that kind of thing. And then once those are built and Mike, my producer, he, mixes, masters, does his magic, then the song will be ready to come out. And in the past I would just kind of put it out there, and this year and what will be coming in 2026 is now I'm a little bit more methodical with it, where I like to get my visuals for it for, posting on the internet,
Of course.
and having, making each song have its own little world and what's going on with that. The last song I had on the floor was very, the idea I got from it was I have a lot of DJs that I know in the city of Boston. And anytime we're talking and stuff, I didn't really have a kind of track that could be played in a club or a bar. So that's where the idea for that song came about, where I wanted to write something where they had something to play in during their sets. So it's very lighthearted, fun, goofy, sassy. Those I kind of wanted to go for like a Miami club bass kind of beat for that song. But also relating it to myself, I mentioned Boston in it because I want, if you're dancing with your friends and it's a girls' night and you're out in Boston and that's a song you're like, oh, I love that song. Let's put that one on. Or going on a trip to Miami and it has sort of that um, Miami palm tree Latina vibe going on within even like the hi-hats and those kinds of things. So
Yeah.
that world is one thing. And then my next song that will be coming out in about less than 2 weeks
Yep.
is much darker, totally opposite. I'm seeing black, I'm seeing deep reds, I'm seeing um, more of like a pop alternative vibe versus, dance pop.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like to experiment with my genres and see what kind of people resonate with.
Okay. Well, you just led into my next question. Let's talk about your new song coming out.
Yeah.
That yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah.
Let me hear some more about it, what's it
Yeah.
about, and any other information you can tell us about it.
Yeah. This one I'm gonna be so sometimes I like to leave my music up for your own personal interpretation so you connect with
Of
it.
course.
But I feel like this one I can explain a little bit more because I think it's relatable.
Yeah, of course.
So the song is called Stuck. It's dropping the 29th at 6 p.m. Eastern time, as well as the video with it, which will be on YouTube. And this song for me personally was I was going through a time in my world where I didn't have anything to say. And I usually always have something to say, but there was this I had a weekend, and I feel like everybody has those weekends or those weeks where they're just feeling stuck. They're just I'm exhausted even though I slept a full 10 hours last night. I'm just kind of going through the motions. I don't have any feelings. I'm kind of numb. Like it's just an effort to like get out of bed some days. Like it was just one of those weekends where I was like, I don't want to do anything but sit in my room and just be alone with my thoughts. And that, can sometimes give you anxiety. I'm not doing enough. Am I doing too much? Like is this person, judging me? Like, and you always feel the need, you have to explain yourself on everything that you do. And, oh, I'm changing jobs. Oh, you quit your job. Oh, you're staying in that job. Why? And you're just like, I don't want to explain to anybody because I don't have to. And so the song just sort of came about where the pop alternative, it's drama, it's despair, it fits right in that genre of like
Yeah.
Maggie Lidman and Cami Keyhole and um yeah, Pink Noise is a new artist that I've been loving their stuff. It's so good. So it's not full like metal or,
Yeah, of course.
aggressive classical rock. It's very much like that alternative pop rock vibe that I've personally in my own listening experiences have been enjoying a lot lately.
Yeah.
So it's definitely leaning into that genre stereotype. But I just, yeah, the song is basic. The hook is like, I'm a hostage to this pain. I feel it's almost like you're kind of sad, but you're making yourself sadder and you don't want to get out of that sadness.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of what the song is about. And I really kind of wanted that song, not a lot of my songs, I like to have a resolution at the end, like, oh, I feel this way, but that's okay. And I'm going to get out of it and things are changing. And I wanted a song that was like, no, I'm just sad. And that's just, or I'm going through this one thing, or I'm depressed, I'm upset, I'm just like living in this despair emotion. And like, that's how I feel. And that's that. I didn't really want to end it on like a happy note.
Yeah.
So that's what the song is about. And I feel like a lot of people go through those weeks or those days or those moments. And yeah, so that's kind of the artistry aspect and writing of it. And then yeah, I mean, I have a song called Better on My Own I released a few years ago. And that it was I think it was like 3 years ago. It's 2022, I think, or 2023, 2022. And people really liked that sound. It right now is like has jumped to my number one song and it's been released years ago. So I was like, you know what? People like that kind of vibe and I love singing that kind
Roll
of
with it.
music and I listen to myself like I'm gonna go with it. Let's do it again.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really excited about it. And it's a song that I've never promoted one of my songs as much as I've been promoting this one. And I really hope people love it and they connect with it.
Of course. Well, thank you for sharing that about the new song.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of songs, let's talk about your songs a little bit more.
Mhm.
This is one of my favorite questions.
Okay.
So, if you were to make a tier list of your songs, there
Okay.
would be one at the top and there would be one at the bottom. That would
Okay.
be your favorite song that you've written and your least favorite song you've written. I want to hear your favorite and your least favorite and why.
Okay. I feel like I wouldn't say any of them are my like
Well,
I
of
love all
course,
of
of
them. I
course.
love all of them.
But
Um
there's one at the bottom. Even if you love them all, there's got to be one at the bottom.
yeah, I
Tier
think
list,
during
you know?
certain points of my life, maybe one of them resonates with me more in one part of my life versus another.
Yeah.
But right now, it's so hard. My favorite song, or let's put it this way, the song that I think should deserve more love, and that is like my personal favorite is my song Too Far.
Okay.
I think yes, that one is I released that one last fall, or I guess now fall of 2024.
Yeah.
I didn't really promote it. I just kind of put it out there and was like, hey, like wrote a song. Um, but I just love the production of it. I was very specific in how I wanted it to be. I wanted it to have almost like rap, trap, like hi-hats
Yeah.
against this like I told you like this song is to me is so purple and I wanted it to sort of have this loop of the same vocal stem that kind of got stuck in your head. I feel like that song lyrically means a lot to me. I just think it's just one of my favorites and I think that it doesn't get the hype that it should.
Okay.
Um the one maybe that would be one that I feel like I don't resonate with as much right now in my life would probably be one of the songs that is about love because I personally am not in love right now.
Yeah.
Um so I feel like this is such a good song, but Blue Light, that song is about falling in love.
Yeah.
And I personally am not experiencing that. So I think like when I listen to it, I love it. I mean, the bridge of that song is so awesome. I just wanted it to have no lyrics, stripped down, just layers of my voice. I wanted it to feel like a whirlpool of just like different voices and ad libs all mixed into one to sort of express this feeling of like realizing that you're in love with someone that you've known for so long and you didn't know you were in love with them until that moment. Um, but I'm not in love. So I think that to me, I'm just like, okay, like, yeah, very pretty song, love it. I mean, I wrote the song even when I wasn't in that emotion. It
Yeah,
was I
yeah.
personally wanted a friend of mine had told me that a lot of my songs are his words were depressing. I don't think they're depressing. I think he was more like you don't write any happy like love songs or whatever. And I'm like it made me really sit back and be like, "Huh, I guess like I don't have like a happy smiley love song." So I wrote it as a challenge to myself to see if I could write something that was like that. And the way I went about it was I asked all of my friends who are in happy relationships and I said, "Hey guys, like describe to me what it feels like to be in love." And so they did, and that's sort of how I got the inspiration for that song. So, yeah, I'd say that.
Okay. Good answers. Well, let's
What's
expand a
your
little.
favorite?
Oh, mm, it's probably too far. Yeah. The
Yeah, really?
acapella.
Oh,
I
that's
do like the
awesome.
acapella version.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love that. I know I wanted to put that out because I worked really hard on that one. I wanted everything to be perfect. I wanted a lot of voice in that song and I
Yeah.
wanted it to be I wanted to sort of strip away the sound for a moment and to appreciate, some people think you just sit and you record the song and it's done and there's just so much more to it. Every
Oh,
little breath,
absolutely.
every little and I was like I did acapella in college. That I was a part of an acapella group in college. So to me I was like I wanted to sort of showcase that as well. So
Yeah.
I'm so happy you resonated with that.
Yeah, I do really like that one.
That's awesome.
There's something about acapella versions of songs that I just like.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like these.
Mhm. Ariana Grande loves to do, stripped versions of her songs,
Yeah.
albums too. Yeah.
Well, let's pull back a little bit further. We've talked about your songs. Now let's talk about songs you like. But more specifically, let's talk about songs that I call this guilty pleasures listening. But
Okay.
don't think of it necessarily as guilty pleasure listening. More like, maybe artists, songs that people wouldn't think you listen to. And I mean, unless you have a
But
guilty pleasure you're embarrassed by, in that
no,
case, we do
this
need to
is
hear that.
this is actually very funny that you bring that up because my friends joke with me all the time that obviously I'm obsessed with Tate McRae. Like she's not even guilty pleasure. Like I outwardly love her sound
Of
and
course.
even just watching um her just from her what's the I'm blanking it on the word, but just like how she's gone from where she started to now and
Yeah.
how she has found her sound. I love everything about her artistry.
Yeah.
But my friends, it was this summer, we were driving to the Cape um, in Massachusetts,
Yeah.
and I shuffled my playlist, and it wasn't the one that has my normal like. I love Morgan Wallen, I love Maddie and Tay,
Yeah.
Megan Maroney, like love all of them. But my guilty pleasure music is like aggressive like pop alt, which is also
Yeah.
very much shows and stuck when you guys when it comes out in 2 weeks. Um, I just love Maggie Lidman, and there was one song. It's called oh my god, it's called Gaslight with Sick Brain and Maggie Lidman, and she's just literally screaming like Gaslight, die right, and it's heavy, aggressive, like screaming.
Yeah.
And I'm wearing like a pink dress, and I'm like, my friends are like, what is this? Like, what is this song you're listening to? And I'm like, guys, I love sometimes screaming metal music. And they're
Yeah.
like, that I would never expect you to listen to that. So that is definitely that whole album, even her Maggie Lemons era back in 2020 was, I love it. Rap too is also my guilty pleasure. I mean, I love Little Baby. I do. He's my favorite rapper. I think his music is it's so catchy. I love to work out to his music. It just gets me fired up. I know every single rap. It's ridiculous. Like yeah, so I put one of my friends, she loves kind of like 70s music and stuff, and I'll put on like some Little Baby, and she's like, "You always show me things I'd never find." I've also been so obsessed lately with like 70s music because of 80s music because of Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Uh, that's all in my playlist right now. I just did like a Toto cover of Hold the Line. That's on my social
Ooh.
media. So I've been listening to a lot of that as well. Dijo, I've been so into lately too. Um, his song Figure You Out is so good. He's topped the charts right now with End of Beginning, which I'm so happy for. And he's actually from where I'm from in Massachusetts. So I don't know. I feel connected to his art right now. I don't, it's just wicked good. So anyway, yeah, I guess those would be my like guilty pleasure stuff right now. I wouldn't really play that in front of other people
Okay.
in a car.
I mean, except you have. No, I'm just kidding.
I have. No, I have. But it usually doesn't stay on because nobody knows it or understands it. And I'm like, you guys don't get the artistry here. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
I'm gonna suck it up.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I put people on so many different things. I mean, my playlist is it's bipolar. It's all over the place. It's up and down. It's every 1 minute you could be listening to scream rap or something, and the next minute I'm playing, you know, Lady Gaga or something and country or something. So
Yeah.
there's honestly no genre of music that I don't listen to, enjoy, or know about.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
Well, let's expand it even further. I mean, you listen to a lot of music, so you have influences. Talk about
Hmm.
talk about your like give me five. Give me five of your top mu- influences. They can be musical or they can be non-musical.
Okay.
So
Hmm.
you have some options here to play with.
Okay. So I'm gonna start with the one that has been an influence of mine since I was a child, and that's Miley Cyrus. I think even in my earlier days as an artist, when I was much younger, Um, and I think this also kind of combats with country style choices. Is she on Hannah Montana was singing a lot of pop songs and playing this pop star, but she had that country accent in every song.
Yep.
And I think back and listening to it, when I would mimic her, a thing that I'm trying to work on more is finding my own sound and not when I'm singing certain songs, I tend to perform it as that artist would perform their own song. And so I would throw country twang into every song, regardless of its genre. And I think that was heavily influenced by Miley and her beautiful voice. And um, she's definitely one of my major influences, vocally and spiritually. And just all those kinds of things. And when you look back to, you're like, wow, she was so young, and we just like did not think how young she was. She was, performing for an auditorium full of like at Gillette. She could fill Gillette at the age of 14 years old. Crazy. Um, so I think I very much grew up with her. Another influence right now musically is definitely Maggie Lidman. I've mentioned her a few times. I'm actually gonna see she's touring this year. I'm really excited. I'm gonna go see her. Um, I just love her writing. I think she's very blunt and straight up about her emotions, and that's something I'm trying to branch into more is if the song doesn't scare me to release, it's not a good song. And
Yeah.
I think that I'm trying to more encapsulate emotions and saying what I want to say and not being like, oh, like, I don't know if people will like that. I think I need to be more vague on this topic or something. And I'm like, you know what? Right now, and especially with Taylor Swift, she's another influence. I think say what you want to say, and say it in the most either poetic or blunt way you want to say it in. And she's brought a whole world of, lyricism critiques and that kind of thing. So um I think she has also influenced me in a writing aspect. I mean, I remember my senior year of college, I wrote a 12-page paper on her song from Folklore. Which one was it? I want to say it was one of the songs on Folklore. I wrote a
Okay.
12-page paper on just that one song. So, and the lyricism of it and the symbolization of, you know, all of the nature that she talked about in the song.
Well,
Um,
we can bring up the album here. Is it
yeah, let's do that. I'll tell you exactly which song it was. The
is
second
it
I see it, I'll know what it is.
okay? We got
Um,
Cardigan.
yeah, it wasn't Cardigan. It was my favorite song on that album though is I will say is Right Where You Left Me. I think it is the most beautifully written song ever. It's so perfect. Oh, you know what? Actually, I think maybe it was Evermore. It was Evermore. I think it may have been, yeah, Right Where You Left Me. That's Evermore. I think it was either Willow or it was Gold Rush. I wrote
Okay.
yeah. So she definitely influenced me a lot. Even her song No Body No Crime, like that is the craziest topic ever, the coolest song ever. Who would think to write a song about that, during this day and age? I could see maybe
I
like
mean
a
her.
male artist from the 70s, but her, that was so cool. So yeah, those are definitely some influences. Trying to think if there's another influence right now. I mean, this is kind of a new one. I've been connecting a lot with Zara Larson's music. I've always kind of enjoyed her music. But her rebranding and how they are marketing with her right now with this, summer never ends moment is flawless. I'm obsessed with it. I think
They stole that from
she
Phineas and Ferb. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I mean, they had that meme that went around about, and I think it was last year with the dolphins. Like she was like, "That's my aesthetic." And she just leaned right into it. And I think she is killing it, doing a wonderful job. And what I do also like about her right now is her voice is so, I think right now in modern pop, it's a lot of like low whisper tones. Everything's in a higher key, very, heavy beats with that kind
Yeah.
of floaty sound. And I love that she's like, no, I'm gonna sing. I'm going to belt it out. I'm gonna write the loudest song possible with Midnight Sun. And personally, I find my voice is very I'm a belt singer through and through. I grew up, performing Celine Dion, Whitney Houston, Miley Cyrus, like, real heavy, challenging
Yeah.
songs. And so I love that she's like, yeah, we're bringing that back. That's coming back in, and so I love that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good choices. Now, here's some more. th- These are more questions about who you are, and as a person and as an artist. And what better way to start off this area of questions than with what's something you're still learning about yourself as an artist?
Oh, um,
Got
I
something
feel like I
that's
have so much room for growth. This year in particular, 2026, I'm 100% in the music. That is my purpose in life. It's my job. It's my drive. It's what gets me out of bed in the morning. And so, something that I'm really working on in like an artistry development kind of sense is finding my sound. I feel like I can be a little bit, and I think that that is something that is a good quality with me is that I do like to experiment and write all different kinds of songs,
yeah,
but I'm trying to sort of find what vocally is something that's like I want a song to be played on the radio and somebody to be like, that would be a Summer Scott song. That sounds like something that would totally be her. And
yeah.
so I think finding who I am as an artist, tonality wise, vocally wise, what works best for me and what people want to hear from me and what they enjoy. So I think that is definitely something that I am going to be working on for a while, till I can kind of say, okay, I think I found it. I think that's me. But I love the journey of trying to figure out what that is, and just keep, making music, and yeah.
Okay. Well, this next question is going to be fun. What do you hope people hear, or what do you hope people feel when they hear your music?
Hmm.
No,
The first thing
that's
that
a
comes to
tough one.
mind, yeah, that's a loaded question because it's like, every song is about something different. But the first thing that comes to mind, is my junior year of college. I released Better on My Own right in the beginning of the school year. And I remember walking on College Street, and there was a bunch of people coming from different houses, and this girl had stopped me, because the song released like a week before school started, and people were kind of reposting it on their stories. Some of my friends were like, "Oh, like Summer wrote a song, like check it out." And this girl grabbed my arm and she went, "Summer, I saw everybody posting your song, and so there was a lot of hype with it, and I wanted to take a listen and see, why is everybody like so obsessed with it?" And I resonated with it so much. Like, I totally understood the point you were trying to make. I feel like I related to it. And to me, like, that's the highest compliment. And what makes me so happy is I want to write things that make people feel seen. Maybe I'm, giving them the emotion of like, I'm giving them the words that, putting a label or identifying the feelings that they're feeling inside, and being like, okay, I'm saying the words that they're maybe too afraid to say, or maybe they didn't realize I couldn't identify how they were feeling, and then they heard that song and said, that's exactly how I feel. And so for me, I just hope they connect with it. And I want to write universal experiences where it's like, oh, this song, this happened to me, or that's how I felt about whatever. So I think more just, those songs that make you feel like you're floating, and you're just
Yeah,
like, that to me, vocally, tonally, lyrically, gave me an experience eternally and
yeah,
internally. So I think that that is something that I strive for, as a writer, and as a performer. Those people who have those voices that just make you cry. Um, Celine Dion's very good at that. Whitney Houston was, amazing at that. And um, Lizzie Alpine, she does too.
yep.
I believe I'm saying her name right. She has a song, um, that just like you hear it and you want to cry. And I think that those are good things. I think you should feel those emotions. I think you should allow yourself to feel those things. So yeah.
Okay. Well, ooh, what is one lyric that you've written that you feel in your bones every single time?
Every time I hear it or listen to
Yep.
it.
Yeah.
Mm, um, there's so many. I mean,
Well, throw a couple out there then.
okay. So in Too Far, in the bridge, I say, I said the lyric, keep my name out of your mouth. Don't worry about it. There's nothing to worry about. And to me, I just love that because every time I hear it, I'm like, yeah, yeah. The song is about sort of toxic relationships in your life, or feeling misunderstood, misinterpreted, not validated, but you stand strong to who you are, what you believe in. Sometimes it's like, if there are people in the world who go out of their way to misunderstand you, and it's not your job to tell them what to think, and the truth about who you are and what you stand for, and that's all that matters. And so to me, that lyric, when I hear it, I'm just like, I feel empowered, I think is the right way to describe it. So that's a really good one too. Um, in that bridge too, even just she's not gonna break is a great one. I also love the imagery in Too Far in the second verse. Um, I say something about, what did I say? I said like, there's snakes living in your walls, and they're trying to creep in and on on who you are and your downfall, is sort of the image I'm painting in that too. And it's kind of just like maybe sharing a space with somebody that you don't feel comfortable with, or people, like I said, the people who go out of your way to misunderstand you, and it's like it's caving in on you, but you're not gonna let it, you're not gonna let it bother you. So those are some lyrics that really stick out to me.
Okay.
Another one maybe would be I'm trying to think of like my older stuff is really good. My song Can't Fix Your Heart. There's so many good lines in that song. I'm trying
I
to think.
wholeheartedly agree with that.
Yeah, there's so many. I mean, that one to me is a that one's close to my heart. And I think there are a lot of hidden gems in that song that people, the poetry in it, I was very articulate, particular, specific. And I think if you're just listening to it, you breeze over it. But if you really sit and listen to it, you're like, oh, okay. There's an image I'm painting there. So yeah, I think, yeah, I mean, even this next song that's coming out, the verses, I don't want to say too much because I don't want to give away the whole song,
Yeah,
but
don't spoil the song.
I know, but I will say the verses in Stuck.
Well, I guess
Especially-
when this comes out, the song will be out, so you can spoil it.
oh, let's do it. Okay, so in the second verse, I said something about an instant mirage, and people can interpret it however they'd like, but what I was talking about in particular was your cell phone. You're sitting there, you're scrolling, you're, depressed, you can't get out of bed, you're just stuck on this loop, and it's like an instant mirage of like somebody on a trip, or oh, I wish I dressed like that, I wish I looked like that, and just getting in social media like that, and it's a mirage, but it's not reality, it's not your reality,
Yeah.
and you're drowning in it, and you need to, you know, you're stuck in it. And I said the song doesn't really resolve. So it's like, it's not like, oh, you need to get out of it, but you're in it. I
Yeah.
think that line I really like. I also love the first verse. I start off the song so straight up, misunderstood. I don't even care. And then it says, a friend's friend told me you shit talked me when I wasn't there. So it's straight up. It's like I heard my friend's friend was, with people or whatever, and you guys were all talking smack, and it got back to me. And it's sort of, I think maybe that's how Too Far and Stuck can maybe overlap,
Yeah.
you're misunderstood, rumors are flying around, and you're like, okay, like talk about something else. What's there to talk about? I
Yeah,
think that
absolutely.
that's the theme I'm kind of going with. I think a lot of my, let's put it this way, a broader scheme of my songs, I'm coming to find that I've put out is very dark feminine energy. I love,
Yeah.
independency and empowerment, and um, kind of being able to stand on your own, and you know who you are. And because you know who you are and you're secure in your skin, maybe exterior factors feel threatened by that. And I
Okay.
think that a lot of my songs might incorporate that kind of thematic choice,
Yeah.
decision world. So I think that is something that I'm finding in a lot of my lyrics that I maybe didn't realize I was doing consciously before.
Okay. It's a good answer. And I like knowing more about the song. I mean, it's spoiled for me, but for the other people, it won't be spoiled, so they'll enjoy
Yeah.
knowing more about that song. Um, okay. What song from your entire list of songs should a new listener listen to first?
um
I mean, I feel like the obvious choice would be the newest one, but
yeah, very true. Stuck. Everybody streams Stuck. Yeah, I'd say Stuck. I'd also say Better on My Own. I mean, that one to me, that song, I vomited that song out. That one, I knew exactly what I wanted. I knew exactly what I wanted to say. I wrote it down like a burn book and showed up in the studio, and I'm like, this is how this song is going to go, and I know exactly what I want. So I think to me that song I'm really proud of. because
Okay.
every time I listen to it, I'm like, okay, I wrote that. Like
Yeah.
sometimes I surprise myself. I'm like, wow, I really said that. I really did that. That's awesome. So I'm proud of that one. So that's definitely one I'd like people to listen to too.
Okay.
Um, yeah, On the Floor is great too.
I
That's a
mean,
that's a really
besides listening to all of them, of course, they should,
yes, of course. You know
like I
what?
think they should.
I'm gonna add Keep Running Back. I have not mentioned her. She is my she's the first song I came out with as an adult, if you'd put that. That one came out the summer going into my sophomore year of college. Keep Running Back. I like it because it gets stuck in your head. Like you listen to it
You
once
just
and
keep running back to it.
yep, you do. You keep running back. Always you keep running back to that song. I think that one of my friends, he told me that's his favorite, only because he says it gets stuck in his head. So I think that's the goal as a writer. You want your music to get
Yeah.
stuck in heads.
Okay. Well, think of a song that has not that just never made the cut, and give me a story about one of the songs that didn't make the cut that you found the most interesting story wise, and why didn't it make the cut?
Hmm.
Because I know I've got a few.
Okay. I mean, I feel like they've all kind of made the cut. I think
Well,
right
what's
now.
sitting on the back burner then that you
Okay.
can talk about?
Okay. So in 2026, will be I have a lot of things planned. I have a lot of music I plan to create. So obviously Stuck is coming out and well, it is out because that will be this
Yeah,
will
it's
be
out.
released.
It's out already. What are you
It's
talking
out now. Stream it. It's on every platform. Music videos out, but yeah, right now, for me, my writing process is it almost feels like a puzzle. My list of things because I don't really write a whole song and put it away. I write maybe one song has 10 different songs in it.
Yeah.
And I decide, okay, you know what? Like this verse doesn't belong in this song. It'll go in another one. And I'm kind of moving all these parts a lot.
Yeah.
Um, but I do have one that I'm working on right now. We're kind of in the beginning stages of it, sort of like a rough draft that I'm really excited about. I don't want to say too much, but I think for me, it's probably been the most challenging song to write. I feel very connected to the lyrics. I want this song to come out in a way that is so beautifully said and accurately said, and I think that I just want to handle it. I want this song to just be so I want it to be very direct and to the
Yeah.
point, but also I want there to be it handled so I want the song to be so gracefully written. So I think there's a lot
Yeah.
of pressure on me. I think is I'm trying to find the words to how to describe it, but like I want every lyric in that song to matter.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself with this particular piece, but I'm really excited to push get that one started.
Yeah.
The dice rolling on it. So, yeah, I think that's all I'll say on that matter.
Okay. Is there a think back as far as you can? What's like the oldest like piece of a line that's just been sitting there waiting to be used? Do you have one that's like
Right now?
really, yeah, that's really, really old that you just have not used yet?
Oh, there's so many.
Give,
I
give me
have
give me one
2
good one
I
or
can't
two
even
good
think
ones.
I can't even think of I can't even think of it. Like I have 2 full song book journals full of stuff from I don't dating back to maybe like I think like 2015.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I mean, like that's just something that I do naturally. Whether I put a song out, my brain is always thinking in rhyme and lyric in poetry. And so when it just comes to me, I'm just jotting it down no matter what. I literally don't go anywhere without this songbook. Like even if I'm going away for 2 days, I bring it with me just in case something pops up in my brain. Um, I so yeah, I mean, I know people are gonna love this. I know my friends and my mom are gonna love this comment, but I've always wanted to do a country song just because they love when I sing country music. I mean, my go-to karaoke song is Before He Cheats, Carrie Underwood. And I think that also kind of dates back to the whole Miley Cyrus always singing with a country twang kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where they've all I ever get from them is when are you gonna put a country song out? When are you? And I love that kind of music, but I just feel like I I don't know if I would label myself as a country artist. I'd say I'd be a country vocal performer, but when I'm writing my songs and figuring them out, they're not reading to me as singing that in a country manner
Yeah.
is the best. But yeah, some of the lyrics I think I have written would be really great in a country song. I would love maybe one day to like collaborate with a country artist or something. And like Tate McRae, look at her. That's so awesome. She did, a song with Morgan Wallen. Never thought those two would be together. And even though she didn't, maybe she's saying how, in her style,
Yeah.
that's an awesome collab. I think that would be such a cool project to be a part of. And I would love to write maybe for one of those artists one day in a country manner, one of those lyrics. So, yeah, but I can't think of like a specific line. And even if I did think of one, I wouldn't want to give it away in case I want to use it one day.
Dang. Just trying to steal one. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Well, I've got some rapid fire question. Well, I call this semi-rapid fire because rapid fire questions never end up being very rapid.
I
Um,
know I sometimes can talk for hours. Cut me off if you need me to.
no, you're perfectly fine. So, morning writing or midnight writing?
Midnight.
I have to agree with you.
Mhm.
Confessional or poetic?
Poetic.
Okay. Um, lyrics or melody first?
Lyrics.
Okay, okay.
Always.
Piano or guitar?
Oh, that's a hard one. I'm gonna have to go with guitar right now.
Okay. Um, the easiest emotion to write about.
Heartbreak.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hardest emotion to write about.
Love.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, name one of the songs that you rewrote the most.
Stuck.
Okay. Um,
Yeah.
leave it alone or one more tweak.
Um, I
Be
would
honest.
say I'd say tweak and my producer would say leave it alone.
Okay.
Or
Coffee,
maybe yeah.
tea. Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it depends on the song. I mean, like the last song he was like tweak. But I think in some of the past ones he'd say leave it alone. But yeah.
Night drives or long walks for inspiration.
Night drives.
Okay.
Walks have been right now lately.
Okay.
I on my walks I have come up with some things, but driving, listening to music, that I have to pull over and write something down.
Okay. Coffee, tea, or other.
Coffee.
Okay. What's your go-to coffee order?
Oh, depends from where. I mean, right now I'm holding a classic Massachusetts Mary Lou coffee, which actually does not taste as good as it normally does. But for
Mm-mm-mm.
Starbucks, I have a dairy allergy, so let that be known. So anytime there's a non-dairy drink on any menu, that's what I get. So right now at Starbucks, I am obsessed with a hot chai tea latte with almond milk and 1 pump of brown sugar syrup. I got my mom on that. Now she orders it every day, and she's mad that I put her on that because now she's craving it all the time.
Name a comfort artist of yours.
Ooh, comfort artist. One that I just like what would just throw on at all times.
Yeah, yeah, we'll go with that.
Tate McRae right now. I mean,
Okay.
I've been hyper fixated on her since her Think Later tour when I saw her. I could listen to her song It's Okay, I'm Okay on repeat all day and I wouldn't get sick of it. Spotify told me last year, I think I listened to it like 53 times in one day. I was
You,
like, that's concerning. That's
that is
that's really
crazy.
concerning. I love that song.
That's wild. Okay. Um, ooh. One word you'd use to describe your sound.
Mm.
Colorful is what I would use.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so interesting. I love that.
Especially since you were talking about, singing songs as colors. I was like, that makes
Yeah,
more sense. Colorful. Yeah, of
I love that. Thank you.
course.
Yeah, I feel like colorful's a great one. Um, I'd say maybe interesting, ambitious, powerful.
Those are
I
three
think
words. No, I'm just kidding.
I know. I can't. I'm a word person. Um, yeah, I mean, I'd say interesting because I think sometimes I like to combine maybe sounds that wouldn't necessarily go together.
Sure.
Um, I'm really into for the past couple of years, I've been very much talking to like my producer about how I love strings, but I love trap hi-hats. So putting those together, I feel like is and it's so funny because I've been saying that for a while and I'm starting to see people do it and I'm like, wait, I've been saying this, let me jump on this too. So yeah, I'd say maybe experimental. Yeah,
Okay.
is something
Yeah.
experimental.
What is your worst songwriting habit?
Um,
Like all of them. No, just kidding.
I feel like, and this is something that I'm really working on. I think I need to be more vulnerable in my writing. I think sometimes I maybe try to say something without saying it, or I'm almost saying it, but I don't want to say it. And
Yeah.
what I'm kind of working on right now with my team is like being a little bit more vulnerable and getting more into it and getting maybe a little bit more nasty with it or more in depth with it.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to be more, I think, specific in my writing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you rather have a hit song or a cult favorite deep cut?
Sorry, you just cut out.
I know you're good. Would you rather write a hit song or a cult favorite?
Cold favorite.
Like a cult classic, if you will.
Okay. Maybe have a hit song.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
What is your favorite word to rhyme with?
Favorite word. I think I say the word night way too much. I think I always, even when we're just sort of scatting and it's like coming up with something and Mike will hand me the mic and be like, just say something. And I will always go like something in the night, something with the light, and it's something like that. And it's just like the I
Yeah, the Ike.
vowel.
Yeah.
I think I go for that vowel more than others.
Okay.
So sometimes I'm like, all right, like stop.
A
Yeah.
song by another artist that you wish you had written.
Oh my God, there's so many.
Well,
There's
give me two then.
okay, cut my hair, Tate McRae.
Okay.
Love that song. Love that song. Um, oh my God,
I had
there's so
somebody
many. I'm
tell
just
me happy birthday.
that's so funny. Oh, I'm Not Pretty, Megan Maroney. I love
Okay.
that song. Um, and specifically because my aunt, when that song came out, she sent it to me and was like, "This song sounds exactly like something that you would write." And I was like, "Let me listen to it." I listened to it and I was like, "You are so correct." I'm mad that I didn't come up with that. Oh, there's also an Ariana Grande song that I was like, I wish I came up with that. It's called, I think it's Bad Idea from her Thank You Next album. There's so many. I could list a million.
Okay. Okay. Um, ooh, I like this one. If your songs were a smell, what would it be?
Ooh, that's such a good question. I feel like each song maybe I feel like
Well,
I'll generalize
give me the smell for stuck then.
for Stuck.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go with like maybe like cinnamon vanilla.
Okay.
Um, Rose. I don't really like the smell of roses, but like it's roses kind of to me is it's kind of funny because roses represent sadness to me more
Yeah.
than beauty, or maybe even like the beauty within sadness. So I'd have to say maybe roses too.
Um, ooh. If your songwriting process were a movie genre, what would it be?
Thriller, horror. Um, I don't know. Maybe I'm not sure. I'd have to say I don't want to say like romantic or anything like that. I'd probably put it more under a genre that's like
Thriller, that would be fun.
or, yeah, maybe something that's like a movie that's like so sad. You're like, I can't watch this. It's like it's so
Like
sad.
a drama?
Yeah, yeah. Let's go
Yeah.
with that. I like a
Okay.
drama. Yeah.
Okay. And then let's see. What's something that you cannot write a song about? That you
I think
struggle
yeah.
like I mean, just
Mhm.
something you're like, nah, just that's not my vibe.
See, I think I want it to be my vibe. I
Okay.
think I personally have to experience it first, though. I would have to say, like, happy love. I think anytime I've tried to write about that kind of like relationship where it's like pure, happy, healthy, like love, I think I haven't personally experienced that in my own love life. So I
Okay.
think that writing about that, I feel I could write about it. I could help somebody write about it. But I don't feel like I feel like I'd be telling a lie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't
No, I get what you're saying.
yeah, I rather write I think I write more of like the raw, like I am in love, but it's horrible and it's making my hair fall out. You know, like I think that is kind of the direction I go on that topic where I would love to write a song about a romantic love where it's like I'm happy and I am in love and I'm enjoying myself. And so I think I need to experience some more stuff in life or be around somebody or something that's where that's happening where I feel inspired to write about it. Not to be depressing, but I think you know
No, that makes total sense.
your life and your perspectives and your experiences 100% influence your art. We can't dance around that.
Oh,
We can't ignore
1000.
that. And I think that that is for sure something that I can't I think the standard I hold myself is I can't write about it and be like, that is awesome. That's amazing. Everyone's gonna eat that up. I think it'd be more like, I don't believe you. I don't believe what you're saying. I don't believe what you're singing. And I feel like fans and listeners, they can sniff that out. You know, I think they can be
Oh
like,
yeah, of
I
course
don't
they
think I'm convinced by that, by what she's saying.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I've got one last semi-rapid fire question for you. What
Perfect.
is the most interesting fan interaction you've had? I mean, you already gave one about, your first song that you released, but give me another one. Get if you got a funny one. I know I would like to hear a funny one. But if you
Okay.
got one that's more interesting than funny, I'll take that too. Or I'll take both.
Right now, I think I'm a small independent artist. I don't
You
have a
got fans
crazy
though.
fan base in person is
Okay.
uh,
Fair
online.
enough.
I mean, um I've been getting some weird DMs lately. A lot of
Were they
older men.
asking for feet pics? No.
They do say some one guy asked me about my fingernails. I did not like that.
Okay, that
Had to yeah, I blocked that. That one
good for
kind of
you. Yeah, that's
yeah, that
strange.
one kind of bothered me. But it started more so in my comment section, and I thought it was just like an innocent, like, oh, like, because you know, in some of my music videos, we do like close-ups of my rings. I'm a big ring person, and my
Yeah.
nails are, I grow my nails really long. Like these are my real nails right now. They're very like so. to me,
Impressive.
that's more like, yeah, that's more like, I guess like my branding, my style, my look is
Yeah.
like I do a lot of like that. So at first it was just like that, and then it started creeping into like every account I have, and then it was like a requesting in my DMs. So I maybe go with the fingernail comment.
I I
That's
see one
things.
already.
Oh, are you scrolling right now?
I
There's
was looking.
yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's some. I'm not gonna out nobody. Uh, uh,
Yeah, I'll
that
remove
is,
it before this video gets posted.
yeah. I'll, I'll, I'll send it over to you so you can do that. Uh,
Thank you.
I was just like, I wonder if she said in her comments section. Let me
Yeah,
go
go
see.
ahead.
I'm like, oh, okay, I see it. Yeah,
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 right
no. I'm like, never mind. Yeah, she she's definitely right about that.
yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
literally the
Hey,
first
listen,
comment I saw too.
I don't judge people, like, but
I mean, this
yeah.
one's not terrible,
No,
but
that I think that's probably the start of it. It was you're probably reading one of the start of that conversation. But
it's from your video from 2 days ago.
okay, great.
We won't put a timeline on when this was posted or whether it was one video or the other. But yeah, interesting.
Yeah, okay, 2 days
I,
ago. Very cool.
I'll share it with you after we get done.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I
Yeah,
can see that.
yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I
all
can't
right.
stop thinking about it now. That's hilarious.
Yeah. So yeah, I get some of those, and then I'll get some DMs on some things, and um,
You get some nice ones. You get some
yeah,
cool
I'll
ones
get
from
some comments
podcast
like,
creators. No, I'm just kidding.
no, no. I've had some maybe that have been maybe commenting on my physical appearance or something like that.
That's
I
nice.
mean, I try to take those with a grain of salt, where I'm like, oh, that's a compliment, but I think if you get a little too descriptive or something, maybe. But hey, like
Yeah.
uh, all artists talk
To each
about
their
it,
own,
deal
I
with
guess.
it.
Yeah.
It's part of sometimes the being upfront and personal
Yeah.
and sharing
Being in the
yourself with the
public.
internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, like so many famous artists even have been like, I mean, even on SNL last night, Stranger Things, the boys were on there and they said that, people have been on the internet since they were kids talking about their changing bodies since they were 10 years old. I think that's just part of, being in entertainment. People are going to say what they're going to say. And,
Oh yeah.
you know, if you want to be a public figure, you got to be comfortable with people talking about you.
Yeah. 1000%.
Mhm.
Now you must get some nice DMs too, I'm sure.
Oh, so many, and I actually have bonded with a lot of different artists who are even just like, "Hey, like, love your music, great vibes. Like, I make music too, and we'll give each other a follow." I have a couple people on TikTok who have been following me since I started posting about my music, and there's like three people like thinking of on the top of my head, and they've just been like, "Love your music since day one. Like, can't wait for this next one to come out." And like those people, I've never met them, but I'd love to meet them one day. They're awesome. They're so nice, and I just feel very supported. I haven't had any, which knock on wood, but I haven't had any comments that have been negative by any means. Pure,
Yeah.
just great song, great voice, love this, love your style. And I'm really grateful that strangers and people have been so receptive and open, inviting, and loving what I've been putting out there.
Yeah. And I know your favorite is getting asked to come on cool podcasts. I don't know
Yes,
what
I
kind of
love
cool podcast, but
it. No,
yeah.
I listened to some of your stuff. I was like, this is legit and this is awesome. I'd love to. So
I
you
appreciate it.
you get the award for this is my first time on a podcast.
See, I always get the
Thank you for
thank you for coming on. Well,
yeah.
we've got just a few more questions here. This is your chance to plug your stuff and shout out people. So do it. No, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I think what I can say about that is I'm really blessed to work with an amazing producer. His name's Mike Medora. So shout out Mike if you're watching, if you're gonna watch this. I'll text him about it later. I didn't tell him I was coming on, but he's really, really great. He's so talented. I can't express to you how blessed I am to work with such a talented person who's become a good friend of mine. I mean, even when I want to do a cover song, I'm like, hey, like, do you think you can come up with drums, guitar, and piano on this 1 minute song for me? Yeah, he plays it. Never heard the song. Done. 5 minutes later, he's got the whole thing. He's like, here you go. He's just amazing. And yeah. And then my vocal coach, Aria, is amazing as well. So we're really starting to work more in depth on who I am as an artist. And you guys are kind of seeing that those beginning phases. And I'm really excited for what this year is going to bring. So, and then I'd also like to shout out my parents and how supportive that they are of my music. And you know, I honestly could not be more lucky, more blessed to have the most amazing and supportive parents in the entire world who believe in me and believe in my music. And that's honestly, it's a gift. And yeah, so, and my brother too, he's so supportive as well. You know, he'll get mad at me too, even before I promoted my music. He'd be like, your music is so good. You have to put it out there. So I do give props to him for giving me the courage to do that. So.
Okay. That's a good brother right there.
Yeah, he's good.
Well, we only have one last question for you.
All right.
You got to pick the outro song for the episode from your discography.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to say, let's see. What do you think?
They'll all be out, so.
That's true. We can do Stuck or oh, you know what? You're gonna have to go with On the Floor.
Okay.
On the Floor,
yeah.
The last snippet of that song, I always think I love the ending of that song. It leaves you in a happy mood. So I think we'll have to go with On the Floor.
We'll do that then.
Perfect.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. I had a great time chatting with you.
You too. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
Well,
awesome.
Feel free to come back anytime. And to all the viewers, thanks for watching. Do all the things now.
Thank you, everybody. I hope you guys enjoy Stuck when it comes out. And I'm excited to keep sharing more music with you guys.
That's right. Well, goodbye, everyone.
All right. Thank you.
This has been Mullins Over Music Podcast, episode 57, with your host, producer, editor, Austin Mullins. Special thanks to guest Summer Scott. The closing track is On the Floor by Summer Scott. Check her out on all platforms. Check out the new single Stuck on wherever you listen to music, and be on the lookout for more music announcements soon on her socials. Thanks to Summer for being a great and understanding guest. No shout out to Verizon, however, for the outage that caused us to have to reschedule the recording of the episode in the first place. And special thanks to viewers like you. Thank you. Until next time.
Just a girl with better plans. I just wanna dance.